Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on Flosstube and on Instagram. So I'm back with Flosstube 42, I think it is. And I have quite a lot to show you. I have 4 finishes, 3 of which I can show you. None of them are FFO'd. I was hoping to get them FFO'd before this video. I painted the wooden boards that I was going to put them on. It just took forever to dry, so they will be FFO'd hopefully for the next Flosstube, but I am still going to show you the finishes today. I am going to wrap up my month of January, which I have to say has been a very productive month. I'm really enjoying the Stitch from Stash challenge, and even though I have stash to show you today, I actually left the month of January with money still in the budget. So I am really happy, and it is really making me go through and finish things because I'm like, I want to buy this, I want to get this, so what can I finish to get me that money? So really enjoying that challenge. So let's jump straight in with the finishes. So the first one is Cut and Carry by Hands On Design. This is from the White Christmas series. This is the series that I was stitching for my Christmas tree last year. I still have, I believe, 2 more. There should be 3, but one of them just isn't my style. It's not my favorite, so I'm not going to be stitching that one. But this one I had started before December last year, but I just had kind of got to the point where I'd stitched all of the other ones and I just wanted a little bit of break. I had enough to put on my tree, but I am going to finish the series this year. So last time I had the Cut and Carry written, I'd stitched that, and I'd stitched the white border and the brown line above it. That was it. So when I picked it up, I literally took 1 day to finish it, and this is what we've got. So these are all of the ones I've stitched from this series are stitched on 16 count Country Cottage, Country Golden Needle, which is Perman, which is Witch Out fabric. I absolutely love it. It's a really soft and flimsy fabric, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the colours. The colours are all the called for. Now you will see on this one, the tree, like branches, the tree branches are in white. I've misread the chart completely and I ended up doing mine in brown, but because I'd already stitched the whole thing before I realized, I've just decided I'm going to leave mine in brown. I do think it looks more Christmassy and wintry with the white, but when it's on the tree, no one is going to notice. So that is the first finish. And this actually looks quite deceptive because there is a fair amount of stitches on this, so this got me £7 towards the budget. Someone asked last week, how does the Stitch from Stash values work? It is just her name has gone out of my head, but the person that set up the group, she has done the values. It has been the same for a good number of years. The budget has gone up recently because buying things has got more expensive. So now it used to be, I think, the smallest value was like £2. It's now £3. This, if I'd stitched this when I stitched the other ones, I would have only got £5 for it, but now I've got £7 for the finish. But you'll soon see, like when you go and buy charts or fabric or thread, everything's gone up. So these stitching values have gone up, but I'm just using the finish grid that she has on the Facebook group and following that. So the next finish I have is actually also part of my Christmas gift. So I got some money for Christmas that I decided to use for different things, and part of it I went on to Marnie's Mixed Bag. I can't remember the name, it's gone up my head. I will list it down below, but her shop, she had a pattern sale. I don't know if she still has it. She said she was going to do it until the patterns go. But basically she was having 50% off of her sales, of her pattern, sorry. So this is one of the ones I picked up, and it is called Lovely Home. I'm just going to take it out of the packaging. This is a Country Cottage Needleworks. and it says love makes a house a home. And I have finished this one, and this one was so quick. I think it only took me a couple of sessions to do, but I've stitched this one. It is on a Coffee Crafts Design 18 count fabric, so it is deceptionally small on this. I thought the thing was going to look a lot bigger, but on the 18 count it is quite small. I do apologise, you can hear the washing machine in the background. The washing machine sounds like it's broken, so I will have to look into that afterwards. I do apologise for the noise. But yeah, so this one is called it's called Lovely Home by Country Cottage Needleworks. I have done a floss conversion. I did a floss conversion to sulky threads because I really am not using my sulky threads all that much. And I think it was the way I was storing them. I had them in a wooden chest. I now have the sulky box. I've actually just ordered another one because not all my sulkies fit in, but now I can see them. It is so much easier. I absolutely love picking my own colours for a chart. I have gone very similar to what they used. I just darkened my pink because it didn't stand out on the fabric, but I have them, I may as well use them. So this gave me £12 towards the budget. That washing machine is going to drive me insane. But yes, so £12 towards the budget. I'm really glad that literally the day this came in, I started it and I finished it a couple of days later. So that one is one that I'm going to be finishing. I've bought a wooden tag from Hobbycraft that I painted this morning white and pink, and I'm going to be finishing that so it can go on my Valentine's Day display. The last finish I have, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would have seen this. This is actually one I started 2 years ago. I have said in every whip parade since then, I don't think I'm going to get it finished. I'm going to UFO it. But it kept coming back because I had so much done. I just needed to kind of sit myself down and get it stitched. And this is the Mill Hill Hocus Pocus Trilogy Mimi. And guys, she's done. Did I enjoy stitching her? Not all that much. I don't know what it is. I love the Mill Hill kits, but this one, for some reason, she just got on my nerves. She got on my nerves. I think it's because I'd kind of, at one point, I obviously had an idea for her when I started her. Now I have no idea what I'm going to do with her. I have a feeling she's going to sit in my finishes pile for some time because I can't make her into a pillow because she's on perforated paper. I used the paper and the threads and the beads from the kit. I don't necessarily decorate for Halloween. Well, I do decorate for Halloween, but like only on my display board behind. I mean, she could be a hanging ornament. I just really don't know what I'm going to do with her, but she is stitched. And I have to say, someone mentioned that I should kind of set myself like a little goal of when I finished her, I could treat myself to something I wanted. So that is what I did. And I'll show you that one in a bit. But there she is all finished, and she gave me a £10 stitch from stash value. I think that was really the real big push behind getting her done, because I was like, that's an easy £10 towards the budget. But yeah, I really do like when I put the back stitch on her, she kind of came alive, and I do enjoy that. She's got all of her beads, all of her called for. Absolutely gorgeous. So she is now finished. She is off the whip list, which I think now means my Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery is now my oldest whip. So that is the 3 finishes I can show you. I have also stitched a freebie for February. I did post a sneaky little photo in the Stitch from Stash group. So if you are on that group, you would have seen it. I'm not going to share it on my channel until I release it. I need to work out how I'm going to finish it. But yeah, that is all of the finishes. So just to give you a little stats, because I've been watching everyone's whip parade and I haven't done one this year, but I've decided I'm going to do my monthly stats in like the first video of the new month. So in January, I had a total of 7 finishes, which compared to last year where in January I only had like 2 finishes and then went on a stitching break for a while, I'm doing quite well. So 7 finishes. Out of those 7, 3 were previous whips and 4 were new starts that I finished. All of my new starts I finished for the month, so I really feel like I was really productive with my new starts. I didn't start something unless I really wanted to stitch it and get it done. So yeah, so that was the 7 finishes, 4 new starts, 4 new starts and 3 whips were finished. So I finished my Mill Hill Mimi, I finished Lady Claus, and what was the last one? Mill Hill Mimi, Lady Claus. Oh, and the hands-on design cut and carry. So that leaves me with 12 whips that I have still carried over. So what I've decided is I'm going to try and work through my whip pile, but I'm not going to limit myself to just whips. So I went through and I was having a look to see if there was any that kind of caught my interest that were nearly to the point of being done, that I could just knock off that whip list. And one of them was Puntini Puntini, When I Think of April. So with this one, I had the word April stitch and I had the base of the watering can. So I still need to do the handles and the flowers and everything else that is around it. I don't know why it's so difficult to show you this picture. But yes, so I did pull out that one. I'm stitching all of this series on 16 count beautiful beige, and I literally have only put in like an hour or so on here. So I've done the handle and I'm working on the flowers at the moment. I've put the outline for the 2 butterflies to the side of this. But yeah, so I do have January, February and March done, and this is going to be my monthly series for the year. So I'm just going to work away at the different months. So this is my current whip. That's the one that I am currently stitching on. I'm sorry, we now have got the gardeners outside. The school gardeners are now mowing the grass right outside my window. I've got the noisiest washing machine ever to the other side of me. I do apologise. But if I don't get this video filmed now, there won't be a Flosstube because it's going to be a very busy weekend. So I have my Marnie's mixed bag order came in. This was my Christmas present. So I got some money for Christmas. I decided I was going to pick up a couple of different charts, and because Marnie's mixed bag had such an amazing sale on, I think I picked all of these up for less than £25 including postage. So I've shown you one I picked up, which is the Lovely Home, which is the one that I finished already. So that was also in this order. I then have been eyeing up this one for a while. This is Trick or Treat by by Cottage Garden Samplings. Sorry, I've forgotten the name. Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm not sure I would stitch this as a big piece, but I do like the idea of having them as little individual pillows that I could have in a dough bowl or just have in one of my little baskets up here as display. The next one I picked up, this is also a Cottage Garden Samplings, and I believe this is a monthly series where they have one each month. This is the one that really jumped out, and I didn't even know this was a monthly series, but this is October Marigolds, and it says, there is magic in the night when pumpkins glow by midnight. I just absolutely love this. So it says it's the series is called My Garden Journal, and it's a 12-part series. I haven't got any of the others. I don't know. I may go and have a look, but it was more this one just jumped out as an individual for me. So I'm not sure if I'm interested in stitching the whole series. I may pick up 1 or 2 more if I like them, but this one, I just kept looking at it, decided I needed to get it. The whole reason I placed the order is she had some of the Heart in Hands, and the one that I didn't have was the Honeybee, Honey of a Tiny Town, sorry. And I couldn't believe it. I ended up picking this one up in the sale for £5. absolutely amazing. I love this series. I have the seashore one. I have the Halloween. I think it's either Halloween one, I think. And I have this one. I do have one more that I've also picked up as well. But yeah, absolutely love this. So that will be in my power to stitch. The Country Cottage needlework charts were only like £3, so I ended up picking up this one as well, which is called Happy for Yule. I just thought it was super sweet. It could be like a long pillow or a little wall sampling. I do apologise, my students, I seem to have mistimed this video and my students are heading back from lunch. The other one I picked up was Death by Cross Stitch. This is a long dog sampler. I've been on the fence about what I'm going to do with those threads, whether I'm going to do a long dog sampler and modern folk embroidery. But this paper chart was only about £13. I absolutely loved it and I thought this could be an easy one to break up and have different colours with. And it's been one that I keep looking at for a while, so I did pick up that one as well. As to when I'm going to start those, I really don't know. Now, because this was Christmas presents, I haven't included these in my Stitch from Stash challenge because that is Christmas present money. What I did include was I actually ended up spending, so my finish total, so the pieces I finished gave me £62, and it was quite bizarre because I ended up spending £62. So I had a budget of £82 by the end of the month. Take away my expenditure, I have £20 left to carry over to next month, so I have £40 starting with in February. I did pick up quite a few online charts, which I'm sorry I don't have the photos with, but Fat Quarter Shop in the month of January was doing a sale on Stitching with the Housewives patterns. They had 30% off. So I did pick up, for instance, Hair Village, which is their Easter one, which is the Easter series that I've decided I want to stitch and have on display. I also picked up a number of other charts because their charts ended up only being about £3 a chart. There was 2 other charts I picked up. So I mentioned that when I was going to set myself the goal of finishing this one, but I decided that my treat for myself would be, if I could find it, because this one seems to be out of stock everywhere, is the Big Hearted Tiny Town. So I'm absolutely loving the idea of stitching the tiny towns. I've never actually stitched one, but the Big Hearted Tiny Town is something that I've loved since I've seen it. Really didn't think it was my style, but the more I look at it, the more I absolutely love it. So this comes out of my budget, but it is my treat to myself because I finished the meal here. And you can't have a chart travel on its own. So, and I picked these ones up from the Nimble Fimble. So the Nimble Fimble still had these ones in stock at the time that I purchased, which was about a week ago. I haven't looked to see if she has any others in stock. But then I do have the Come On In by Kathy Barrack. This chart, I believe, yep, it was released in 2023. And this one says, come on in, take off your skin and dance around in your bones. I just, when she showed this in her release video with Hello from Miss Liz Matthews, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was such an adorable chart. And something I want to do in the summer is really focus on getting some Halloween pieces stitched because I barely have any Halloween stuff. I have a ton of Christmas. I will be doing a couple of new Christmas ornament sets this year because I do a new set each year. But my focus for the summer is going to be Halloween charts. And I think this is going to be one of those ones that I definitely want to get stitched. This is 129 wide by 178 high. So it's a little bit bigger than the normal Halloween pieces I do. But absolutely gorgeous, and I needed to get it in my stash. So that is all of the cross-stitching purchasing that I've done for the month, but I did want to show you a couple of other pieces, so I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. Now, one of the things is, if you live near to London, there is a place called Workplay Scrap, and it's the Workplay Scrap store, sorry. It is somewhere where it's like all these materials get donated and you can get yourself a membership. So I've had a membership for a while. It's £60 for a year, but you can go in and it's open twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's open every first Saturday of the month. But you can go in and pick up as much stuff as you want, and it's basically free. You pay for your membership, it's all included in your membership, so I tend to go and pick up, see what there is and pick up some stuff. So this time, and I'm going to show you some of the things because you are going to see them, I picked up, there was a little couple of canvas hearts. I thought these would be cute just to add to some finishes, but they had all these like wooden pieces that are literally just samples of countertops. I've got all different sizes, I've got smaller ones. These are brilliant, and these are what I use. This is, someone's done some paint samples on thin bits of wood, but these are what I use to do my finishes on. So they, I don't know how I'm going to show you, they do stand up, obviously not on a stack of uneven ones, but they stand up and you can literally just plop your finish on there. So I picked up a number of those. I am currently painting the edges because some of them have got like raw edges. So I'm painting the edges there off to one side, drying, because I am going to be using those for some finishes. I did also find some fabric that I absolutely loved. I want to make fabric project bag for something coming up. So I picked up this. This is quite a large piece of fabric. And this, I think, is just an old piece of fabric, but there's a ton of it. So this was also there. And as I said, you can literally, when you've paid your membership, you can go in twice a week if you want to and pick up the stuff for free to use for your own art projects. So there are different things if you're a school, things like that. I'm down as an individual. So I picked up this. I thought this would be really good. It does need a little bit of a wash, but it will be absolutely fine. I then picked up two other fabrics. This is like a velvet, it's like a grey brownish, but I thought this would be really nice for backings of things or even for a project bag. This one, I'm not really sure what it is. It's got like wooding in the middle, but look at the stitching on that. It's like honeycomb. So picked up that one. As I said, unfortunately, if you don't live near to London or able to get to London, then this isn't an option. But for me, I can get there. It takes me about an hour and a half to get there, but it is really worth it because I come up with so many fun things. But I was having a look online. There are hundreds of these places around the country in the UK. So have a look and see if you have a scrap store or a recycle centre near you that you can either do a membership or you can go in. I know there's a couple of others that I've had a look at where it's not a membership, you just go in and buy, and the fabric, like one of my friends went to one, she bought like a metre of fabric similar to this and she paid like £1 for it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's basically a project to save the landfills from having so much stuff chucked there, and a lot of companies are now buying into it and just donating their leftover stock, things like that, and you can go in and get this stuff dirt cheap. So the one in London, Workplace Scrap Store, is you can sign up. It's a £60 membership for an entire year. As I said, you can go as many times as you want and pick things up. They also had these little wooden rings, and I picked up a couple of these. I'm trying to work out how I can use these in a way to finish maybe the roundabouts from Stitching with Housewives. I will have a look. But my best find is they always have hundreds of these sample booklets. So these are literally the booklets when you go into a shop. It's got the information on the back of them and it's just fabric swatches. But this one, I believe it's all like, feels like wool. But these, the pieces are big enough that I can just cut them out the book and use these for the backings of my pillows. Sorry, I got the hiccups. The backing of my pillows. There's so many fun colours in here. I mean, Valentine's Day pillows, anyone? This is by far my favourite. Like, I could get a couple of Easter pillows finished with this stuff. There's just so many different ones on there. I'm not sure how I'd get the paper off, but even if I couldn't, like, look at the size of that piece. That is enough for a small. And as us stitchers know, we have multiple. They literally had shelves and shelves of these things. I only picked up one because I couldn't really carry more than one home. And also one is enough for me to get a whole lot of finishes done. But yeah, so that is probably my favourite find of the day. But I now have fabric. I did also pick up zippers to use on my project bag. I've got fabric I can use. I've got things for finishing. So have a look in your area if you live in the UK. I don't know if they do them in other countries, but I was having a look online and just typed in Scrap Stores UK, and there was a directory that came up with hundreds of different places across the country. It might be worth looking at because a lot of us do buy a lot of fabric for finishing or buy pieces of unfinished wood and stuff like that. And I mean, I could sand this down and repaint it if I wanted to. I can just slap a finish on and put a bow on and it's done. I mean, there are so many options there. Then you get your random things that you're like, I could use that. How can I use that kind of thing? But yeah, so it's really worth it. I'm really glad that I've been a couple of times before, but I've never thought about it as what can I go in to get some finishes. And because I've been finishing so much this month, it is definitely something that I've been looking at. So another thing that I managed to pick up was a whole bobbin roll of lace. So what I can do is I can use this for projects, and then if I've decided that's it, I've had enough, there's still loads of it left, I can take it back and just put it back and someone else can take it. So there is a lot of exchange there going on. There's so much stuff. There's paper, there's fabric, paint. Oh, I did pick up a bottle of paint as well, which is a dark grey because I wanted that for a finish. I picked up some Halloween little decorations they had that I've already put in the Halloween box for Halloween. I picked up some other bits that I've left downstairs. The students are currently using those. There is so much stuff. It is unbelievable. They also did have some old cross-stitch magazines, embroidery and knitting magazines. There was so much stuff in there. Absolutely love it. So I have been going previously before to look at stuff that I can use for crafting with the kids and things like that, just little activities for us to do. But now I'm going at it with like a whole new mindset of what can I use as a cross stitch finisher. So I will be sharing those in my next video. I haven't had a chance to actually FFO anything this week, so I think what I might do next week is I might just take an afternoon, find a nice movie and just do an FFO afternoon. So then on my way back, I went into Home Bargains and I was just having a look around to see what they had. The first thing I found was this fun little garland, which I thought I could like either put in a dough bowl and have as the base of my finishes, or I can hang it up. I don't really know. It was $1.99. I love the colours. They did have a white one which had like white rabbits on it. I just decided to go for the fun pop of orange because I absolutely loved that one. And then I think these are my favourite two purchases. Nothing to do with cross stitch, but guys, how cute are these? These were $2.99 each. They're quite big. They did have multiple colours. They had a purple and I think there was a pink. I just went for this minty colour and the white because I absolutely love this mint. So I think I am going to try and get some Easter finishes and change the colour so it matches the mint and the white in these two. But these are absolutely adorable and definitely my favourite purchase that I've made, even though they're not cross stitch. But yeah, so that is everything. Definitely check out the scrap stores. I think they're so good. Oh, sorry, I did pick up these as well. No idea what I'm going to use these for, but they were 99p and they're cute. So yeah, definitely check out if you have a local scrap store or one that is within travel distance to you. They are really, really good. And I have one exciting announcement coming up. I am going to be going to my first cross stitch retreat. I have booked myself in for the Big Stitch 2024, which is the 27th and the 28th of July, and it is up in I think it's Rotherham Way, somewhere up north, but it is for those 2 days. But if you are going to the Big Stitch, please do let me know. I do believe they still have tickets for both the full weekend and day tickets. If anyone is interested, I will leave the website down in the description box below. But if you are going, please let me know. I'm as nervous as anything. I am going as an individual. I'll be traveling there on my own, but I am really excited to go and meet other stitchers and get some stitching done. And then Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery is the designer who will be attending that one. So I'm not sure about any of the other information. It was just kind of a spur of the whim thing. I've never heard of it before. I think it's the first year they're doing it. But normally I can't attend the cross stitch retreats because they are on days that I'm working. I work weekends, but in the summer I am able to take some annual leave. So I am going to be going up there and enjoying that retreat. So that is the 27th and the 28th of July at the Big Stitch 2024. So I am so excited. These past 2 weeks have been very cross stitch heavy, have been very cross stitch fun with lots of things. I found new goodies for finishing and I need to have a finishing party. I think what I need to do is go through my finishes from last year because a lot of them I haven't finished, and I need to pull out my Valentine's Day, my Easter ones and any other finishes I want to do and just have an afternoon of fun finishing. I think I need to do that, an FFO party. So I'm going to head off. I've got a little bit of time before work and I need to clear up this mess that has now become my desk. I've got stuff everywhere. But I am so glad to be back. I've been feeling really rough this month. This month has not been easy. Like January has not been easy work-wise. We've had a lot going on. It's not been easy personally. Didn't start off great 2024. But hopefully it will be picking up. And these past 2 weeks I haven't really been on social media. I just needed a little bit of a break, but I did get a lot of finishing done, so we'll see. But I'm feeling a lot better now, and thank you so much for the continued support. It really means a lot. So I wish you all the best, happy stitching, and I will see you in 2 weeks, unless my freebies on the 17th comes out first. I don't know, but I'll see you soon. Bye guys.